Welcome to Last to the Party, a Bravo rewatch podcast. I'm Megan, fashionably late to all things Bravo, but making up for lost time.
I'm Wendy. I'm an OG Bravo superfan who has seen it all probably twice.
Hey, if you are brand new to the podcast, we'd love for you to be brand new followers of ours on Instagram, where we are Last to the Party Pod.
We also have an email and a phone number if you guys want to chat about our takes or Kyle or new things happening this season in Summer House, like unfolding right now on Instagram. Like, guys, did you see those TikToks where they're like, people are waiting outside in line to get into the 4th of July party at Summer House?
Oh, I saw people outside the house. It didn't occur to me that they were waiting for the party. I thought they were just like, this is the house. They wanted to catch glimpses. Oh.
They're in line to get in. And they were like, this is the last time I can have my phone out.
Oh, yeah.
So isn't that crazy?
Yeah, they probably locked him in those pouches.
Yeah. And I also love like reading the comments and they're like, I don't know the layout, but I know my way around or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Anyway, that would be me. Okay. My point was, if you guys want to talk about it, you can email us at lasttothepartypod@gmail.com, or you can leave us a voicemail at 949-329-8090.
Yeah, the outgoing message says Girls Gone Hallmark, but that's us. Hey, today we are going to talk about Summer House Season 1, Episode 9, The No Good, Very Bad Rosé Day. But first, let's talk what happened previously on, which is Lauren and Carl kissed and made up. Ashley sprained more than just her ankle, and Lindsay tried to play chill with a big emphasis on tried. And the party bus turned into a full-blown kissing booth for everyone except Ashley.
So do you want to hear a synopsis for episode 9?
I do.
The No Good, Very Bad Rosé Day. It originally aired on March 6th, 2017. This is the day after my birthday, by the way. I don't know why that makes any difference. It doesn't.
Just sets it in time.
Yeah, I certainly didn't watch it like in real time. So, I wasn't watching this show the first season. Okay. As if there hasn't been enough rosé this summer, it's time for the annual rosé party where Kyle meets a fellow blonde babe who may or may not be his drunken soulmate. And it's Christina versus everyone else as the roommates take aim at her meddling ways. Megan, what was your first impression of the No Good, Very Bad Rosé Day?
I feel like a broken record, but this episode is pure chaos. I mean, we jump right in with the fight that we left off episode 8 in. I mean, there's like not even a breath. It's straight up, fuck you, Christina. And every conversation either turns into a screaming match, a makeout, or someone storming off.
Yes, agree.
I feel like it's like the end of summer desperation. They're like trying to make it all happen, trying to make it best summer ever.
Oh, totally.
And it just backfires a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, Wendy, what's your second impression of this episode?
It is open season on Christina, and the girls are circling like sharks. This level of takedown feels like overkill.
I agree.
Even for a reality TV show.
Even for a former Christina hater?
Even for a former Christina hater, you are correct. You are correct.
Well, who are you watching this week?
Speaking of Christina, I'm having deja vu because I swear I said this last week too. She's at the center of every fight.
Without being actually involved?
Yeah, like she's just in it, but like it has nothing to do with her. Like her delivery is flawed. And I have said, even at the beginning of reviewing the series, I was like, she's not my favorite. Like I don't miss her when she's not there. But it's hard not to feel bad for her when she's repeatedly dogpiled on.
You got all these people who are behaving badly and they like realize, oh, look, we have this common enemy in the house. It's Christina. And so I can deflect the fact that I'm a bit of a douchebag on Christina stirring up drama. And I can deflect the fact that I've made out with everyone I possibly could because I was too afraid of being in a relationship. That's Christina's fault. I'm just going to deflect. All this bad behavior is only bad because Christina is involved and repeating it.
Right.
I didn't like it. She's the punching bag of the house.
Yeah, I felt bad for her as a human. Like, even if you sign up for this show and you know you could end up in like the villain role or whatever, and I wouldn't even necessarily call her a villain by any means, but I don't know if you sign up for that. People who you think are your friends and they just shit on you.
Yeah, especially this being the first season. They're like, let's make a fun reality series about people hanging out at the summer house. Now, this is not the first reality show ever made. Real Housewives exists, so
Right.
we know that there is a villain. Vanderpump Rules exists. We know that there is a villain, but I'm not sure that she expected it to be her.
No, I expect that she probably came into it very similar to what we talked about in last week's episode of Ashley getting the opportunity to be on a reality TV show. Therefore, she didn't move to San Diego with her husband. Christina really trying to break into the celebrity reporting business and probably thought, hey, this is a great opportunity for me to get my face out there and
I'll make a name for myself.
how I am on camera, et cetera, et cetera. And maybe there's some of that brewing in the background. Like maybe because Christina doesn't seem that bad to me.
Me either.
So I'm wondering what kind of baggage people are taking into Christina. Like, do they think she's there for like all the wrong reasons?
Well, a lot of the housemates reference their past relationships. Like, I've been friends with her for a long time. The Workus twins have known her for several years. Kyle's been friends with her for a long time. And I wonder how much, like you said, how much of that baggage is informing what we see on camera? Like, have they had issues with her? Are there personality clashes that they're dealing with that we just don't know about? Because it just feels so much more loaded than what we're seeing on camera.
Totally.
I am still watching Lauren. She's all in on Carl. She forgave him immediately. They're in full-on couple mode throughout this episode. She calls him babe at one point mid-makeout. Didn't love that. But I'm just like kind of watching her like the way Ashley is, where Ashley's like, well, like I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
I just am thinking like, I've seen everything that's happened so far.
Right.
And you were very quick to forgive him. And I think she just so much wants to be in that happy relationship coupley place that the second Carl starts returning the attention, she goes all in. And I want her to be like, they're together. Now, granted, it's edited. I don't know, but they're together all the time. They're together at the parties. They're together at the house. Like she's sitting on his lap. They're making out. They're talking. It's just the two of them. I want her to continue to play a little bit hard to get. And I hate to be like rulesy. Like I don't really like that. But I want her to give them a little bit of space. Make him, I feel like I'm 100 years old, but yes, make him chase you. Make him miss you. See if he will put in the work a little bit.
You are her mom.
I am her mom. But I almost feel like she's afraid like if she turns her back on him, he's going to be gone.
Yeah, but she did do that a little bit. Like, and he picked up on it. Like she was like spending nights out or whatever. And he was like, whoa, wait.
I agree. So keep that a little bit. Not spend nights out, but be the fun girl with all the other housemates too.
Yeah. Don't be so available. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a hard watch, those two, because Carl is really good at falling on the sword a little bit. Like, oh yeah, I fucked up. I'm so sorry. I'm this way because of this. And now I have pulled you back in again, you know?
And it works for her because there's nobody else in this moment that I want to be making out with. So I might as well make out with the hot blonde who lives in my house. But Lauren reads more into that situation. And we didn't talk about this in the last episode when Lauren and Carl were having their confrontation. Carl when Lauren comes to him and it's like, I didn't like that you brought these girls to the house. He was like, well, Christina led me to believe you wanted more from the situation that I was willing to give. And Lauren's like, that's not true. It is true. You didn't just want to be a hookup.
Right.
You introduced him to your parents. You want to be in a relationship. Whether you expect him to be your boyfriend now, maybe not, but you were looking for forward progress in the relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Carl said kind of clearly, like, that wasn't what I wanted. And she's like, no, I'm a cool girl.
Yeah, she's taking on that Amanda role of, oh, no, I'm cool. Like, everything's fine. Like, it's all good.
Anything to stay in your orbit.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone else I'm watching this week is Kyle. And I have talked for 8 episodes now how I'm a Kyle apologist. I love him. I think he's fun. it is in this episode where he gave me the real ick. And it is when he goes on a date with the girl he meets at the party. Daria is her name. They have this whole conversation that just made me go, ooh. And he asks her like how old she is and says like, oh, I hope you're legal. That's one. Ugh, stop it. Two, she says like, she was in her early 20s or whatever. And he goes, oh yeah, that's my sweet spot. And I was like, that's fucking gross. That's gross. Like he's like a good 10 or 11 years older than him. I'm like, don't be fucking gross and be like, that's my sweet spot. That is so fucking disgusting on so many levels. Like if my daughter brought home some 10-year-old dude, 10 years older than her person and was like,
You'd be like, let me get my tiny red flag out of the drawer.
for real. You're in my sweet spot. So gross. So, you know, I love Kyle. Kyle makes me laugh. I hope Kyle wouldn't continue to say this stuff like 10 years later.
Yeah. Well, let's take a quick break before we come back and talk our favorite quotes.
Okay. Hey friends, are you loving Last at the Party and want even more Megan and Wendy in your life? Well, we've got something just for you. Join us over on Patreon, where your paid subscription of $5 a month will get you 4 bonus episodes from us. It's all the extra chatter you won't hear anywhere else. It's your best way to support the show and hang out with us a little bit more each week. Head over to patreon.com/Megan and Wendy and become a member today. We promise we're even more fun over there.
All right. I want to hear your favorite quotes from this episode.
Well, when I was watching it, I watched it on my computer with subtitles. I took a picture of it to send it to you. Lindsay says in her talking head interview, I don't know, but I'm gonna fucking blow a casket. This is the most unhinged, misquoted line I've seen all series, I think. It's peak Hub House. Like, she's activated. I'm gonna blow a casket.
I rewound it and turned on the captions to make sure that I heard it correctly. It was great. I'm going to blow a casket.
So funny. And this is coming from somebody who says a lot of words wrong, who also recently just got called out from a listener of our Hallmark podcast that I tend to have a word salad.
But to be fair, word salad is not what that person meant to say. So anyway,
it was funny. What about you?
well, I have 3.
Oh,
2 from Steven. Steven says, you know, your relationship is in deep trouble when you're getting advice from Carl. That is at the dinner party when Carl's like, you know, let's just talk about all the good things about your relationship, trying to diffuse the tension between Everett and Lindsay after she stormed out because she was going to go find a guy. Steven later goes on to say, Kyle's running around this party like a drunk baby looking for his mom. Love it. And Kyle, mid-party, says, to be honest, single Kyle Summer isn't really working out.
yeah, you think, dude? I have a lot more to say about that, mostly in next week's episode. But yeah.
Well, let's talk what we liked.
The first thing I liked was the parallel editing that they did in this episode. At the top, we're talking the back and forth scenes. You have Kyle and Carl and Everett and Steven and Lindsay at dinner fighting. And then you have all the 5 girls at the house dogpiling on Christina fighting. And it's back and forth. As I'm taking my notes, I'm like, boom, 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 boom. I just thought it was good. It raised the tension
Agree.
in the episode. So bravo editing. Bravo editing.
There was a lot of ugly behavior. Like, there was a lot I did not like in this episode, but there's a brief moment. Jacqueline kind of like tries to white knight Christina at the lunch they have towards the end of the episode when she shows up and the rest of the housemates are kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
And Jacqueline like kind of jumps to her defense and she's like, it's probably hard to be her too. I just appreciated that Jacqueline hasn't, in the beginning when we first saw her, we kind of called her out for not being a girl's girl. And I think she realized there was a bit of a dog pile. And I don't think Jacqueline has the backstory with Christina that the rest of the house guests do. So that it's easier for her to be like, maybe we consider that there's 2 sides of this. Like this, she's going through it too.
Yeah, but it's so easy for Jacqueline to say. 12 hours before that, she's like, shut the fuck up, Christina. You're the one that's doing this. Like, clearly was gaslighting Christina because Jacqueline's trying to act like there was no funny business happening at the bonfire. Like, there were no sexual overtone and innuendos happening between she and Carl.
Yeah, Jacqueline rewrote history there because when she was talking about that bonfire incident in a previous episode, she was like, I was just acting like Southern women do. I was just flirting. There was never going to be any follow through. And so when Christina calls her on it, in her mind, Jacqueline has done no wrong.
Right.
So yes, you're right. She's talking out of both sides of her mouth a little bit here. There was a fun little moment. Steven flicks a bee out of Ashley's hair, and like he's real casual about it. He just like reaches over, and Ashley screams.
I totally thought of you 100%.
I was like, that's me. That would be me. No chill. Like my kids are like, if they go hold still, I'm like, what is it? What is it?
You guys should see Megan when those like green Japanese beetles are around. Like you would think the house was on fire.
The other night, my daughter's like, Mom, can you come here? And I like walk towards the bathroom. I'm like, yeah. She's like, there's a spider. And I was like, honey, spiders are blue jobs. Okay. Spiders are blue jobs.
Total side note. Did you see that spider on Love Island?
No.
Clark was sitting on like a beanbag and she like jumps up and she's like, what is that?
No.
It was like the size of a tarantula.
Oh, I must have like walked away for a minute. I would have freaked out.
I would have too. Spiders like don't totally bug me, but one that big, definitely. Back to Christina. I do think she had some balls showing up to that brunch. The editing showed like gave the impression that she was like packing up her stuff and like going home.
Yeah.
And then she does show up to the brunch with her luggage, like she is on her way out. But, you know, after getting ambushed at the house and, you know, she still comes, she offers an apology. Like she is trying to make nice here.
She tries to turn it into a little bit of a joke.
Yeah. You know, this is like one of those moments where I'm like, I feel bad for her. Like she is trying and these people are just kind of like, I mean, Ashley called her a wet blanket earlier in the episode, and I just was like, to me, that is
A personal
attack. Yes, you are correct.
Can we talk wishes?
Yes.
Because I got so many.
Oh, I only have 2, so let me hear yours.
I hated when Lindsay turned Christina's move out conversation into a full-on personal attack.
Yes, I agree.
Lindsay has a tendency to go low in these moments. And then when she walks away, she's like, she's so dumb, I can't even talk to her. Now, I'm not going to call anybody dumb, but I do think Lindsay's fighting style is to get mean. Mm-hmm. And especially with Christina, we saw it earlier. She's like, you got fired from your job. And in this moment, I didn't understand her choice. She told Christina earlier in the summer that she was probably going to move out. It's reasonable that Christina returns to her and says, what's the forward progress on that? Because we need to fill that room. Lindsay is between a rock and a hard place because she knows that she and Everett are not in a good place in their relationship. They're not in a good place to be making the decision to move into with each other. But at the same time, she's already put it out there that she might be moving in with him. She doesn't want to look stupid. And she's like, maybe you should move out. You're 32, still living with 2 roommates.
Deflection.
Lindsay, you guys are basically the same age. Mm-hmm. You're still living with 2 roommates too. You're just jealous. And I loved Christina. It was like, yeah, I'm so jealous of your Jerry Springer level relationship with your boyfriend. Like, please. I just thought it was so ugly. And then she brings it up to Everett when she's like, she's 32. She should be the one thinking about moving out. That's not what's on the table here. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, of course I'm moving out because she's backed into a corner a little bit.
Totally.
Because she doesn't want to be like, well, actually, I don't think it's a good idea for my boyfriend and I to live together.
She's never going to admit that. No. She's never going to tell these people, like, you're right. Everett and I are a terrible idea and we should definitely not be moving in with each other.
Now, also in my wishes, if I may, they dance around the move-in conversation. Mm-hmm. And it seems like both of them are like, and just really wanting the other one to be like, maybe it's not the best idea. Now, would that turn into a fight? Yes. Do they both want that to happen? I think also yes.
I agree with you.
Because I think Everett's like, well, I need to make a decision in the next week. And Lindy's like, in the next week?
Yeah. Like she was not quite ready.
Neither of them are ready to make this decision.
You know, I wish I could remember what happens,
They make a decision in the next episode.
Yeah,
but
they make their decision, but what happens after summer?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
And where we pick up in season 2, I can't remember where exactly we're
I
at.
don't think Everett's in season 2. He's not a house guest, housemate.
That's what I remember. Like, he's here and there, and I don't believe they're together. But I'm like,
He does
did they
make a
move?
reappearance.
Did they move into each other and that imploded, or like what happened? I
Yeah,
can't
I don't
remember
know.
the details. So I'm looking forward to that. Tell me more. What else?
Well, at the brunch, Christina shows up and Lauren is like, I can't move forward without an apology from you. She gets an apology from Christina, and then we see her. She's like, well, I just think it's insincere of her to apologize at this point. You demanded that she apologize.
Yeah.
What is she supposed to do?
Right.
I just thought Lauren was kind of a mean girl in this episode. And I think she just, again, I'll say it again, she's just deflecting her concerns about her situationship with Carl onto Christina. And she wants Christina to be the bad guy and not Carl.
Yeah. That's not real emotional maturity now, is it? No.
What did you wish for?
My first thing is piggyback on yours, the age shaming from Lindsay. Like, come on. Come on. She's too old to live with roommates. Like, that's so dumb and so catty. And like you said, you're right. Lindsay is mean. She does go low. It's no wonder. Maybe that's why she is so easy to forgive Everett, because Everett also goes low. So,
Yeah, they have the same conflict style.
right. My next wish is the Daria date with Kyle. He can't remember her name. It's just classic Kyle here. This was a perfect spot for Bravo to be like, oh, let's throw it back to episode 1 when he couldn't remember Stassi's name. You know, it's like he's a big drunk buffoon.
Yeah, and then she shows up at their house and is smoking a cigarette, using their plates as an ashtray.
That is my did you see that?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Do you have more wishes? Then let's just go right into that. Yes, my did you see that? This girl is so hell-bent on getting a smoke, and then like sitting at the dinner table, ashing her cigarette on a plate of food is, I mean, Steven and Lindsay's like reaction to it, like, is how I reacted to it. Like, they couldn't believe this woman,
Yeah.
this young lady.
Yeah. Smoking at a table where everyone else is not a smoker because she asks them for a cigarette and they don't have one. And then she just like conjures one up. I don't remember. I just think it's a wild choice. Like, I cannot imagine someone lighting up a cigarette at a dinner party at someone's home. It's just, and I got parents who smoke, so I'm not like oblivious to smoking. Anyway, it was weird. My did you see that is Christina's wet paint interview. Was this product promotional placement or what? They got their wet paint mugs. The most uncomfortable interview I've ever seen. And then when they called to offer her the job, it's almost like they didn't want to.
Oh,
They're like, it was a tough field. There were a lot of great candidates. And that's why we'd like to offer you the job.
I looked up if wet paint still exists. I couldn't find, and I was a quick Google search. I couldn't really find it. It's not TMZ. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be like some sort of celebrity.
Pop culture.
Yeah. And I don't know if you heard the details of it, if you paid that close attention, but Christina's like, oh, I'm hoping to be the face of it.
Yeah. And they
And-
were like, we want to lean into video.
Oh my God. And that is what made me laugh. I was like, this is so 2017. Megan and I have been not podcasting forever, 5 years now, but prior to that, we worked in like YouTube and then blogging and all this stuff. And do you remember like the rise of the next step? There was Instagram and then there was like video. And it was like everybody wanted to be like, oh, now we have to start making video content now. And like, I'm like, this was so that time era. It was weird to see. It was weird. And now here we are making
And now here
podcasts.
we are. The only did you see that moment is when the girls all go skinny dipping and Kyle's like out and they're for some reason like on the phone. They're like, we're skinny dipping. He's like, keep your tops off over the phone. It did make me laugh. I just thought it was a funny Kyle moment, even though he's kind of a trash bag in this episode. Let's talk your low-key iconic moment of the week.
It is Kyle's late season epiphany. You mentioned it earlier where he's like, I don't even like single Kyle. I'm like, it took you all of August, all the hookups in August, all your bad decisions to now figure out, I don't like single Kyle. Maybe I want to be with Amanda now.
Yeah, and he's like, talking about Daria. He's like, well, she's a smoke show, but I gotta get her the heck out of here. Like, even that's not enough for me.
Oh my gosh, that whole conversation between these two when they're sitting on those lawn chairs or whatever talking, and she like definitely wants to go out. I'm getting the vibe from him like he wants to hook up, like he wants to bone it out, right? And she's like, yeah, I want to get out of here because I want to go out with like my friends or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's clearly a miss between the two. But yeah, I'm like, ugh. What about you?
For me, it's Jacqueline getting so mad at Kyle. So Kyle announces that Amanda's going to be coming out for their final weekend, and Jacqueline's like, well, where am I going to sleep? Because I guess Jacqueline shares a bed with Kyle, which we've seen a little bit. I didn't understand it because she goes, we all pay the same every weekend. He's like, oh yeah, mathematician, fit model, we all pay the same. And I was like, well, what does her job have to do with anything? He should be like, actually, we don't all pay the same. Like, we charge the extras a little bit less or whatever. It just, I don't know. I thought it was a weird conversation. And I thought it was kind of gross. Oh, fit model.
Yeah, you didn't like how he went after her, what her
job
profession
was.
is. Yeah. Like maybe she doesn't make as much money as him and his startup.
Or like she's not that smart because he's like, oh, you're a mathematician, fit model.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah.
That's
He's
what I
like
thought.
low-key insulting her.
Gross.
Yeah.
All right. Messiest moment of the week.
The messiest moment of the week for me is the showdown at the mansion party, like post Christina Lindsay fighting. Christina goes off to be by herself, and then Ashley just comes in for the kill. And this is when she calls her a wet blanket. Christina's crying, and then they both like go to Kyle, almost wanting like Kyle to referee the mess between them. Kyle's way too drunk, and summer should be fun, right? So he's not going to get back in the middle of this. But I think at this point, Kyle's like super over like the continued fighting between these people. But this is the messiest moment for me. Like, I felt real bad for Christina.
I agree with you. It's the same for me. What I found interesting is Ashley kept digging in because Christina kept saying, I had 4 people screaming at me. This comes up multiple times. Ashley's like, it wasn't 4. Alexis wasn't yelling at you. And I'm like, this is semantics here.
Totally.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It happens in 2 different conversations. She gets really upset that she's counted the number of people. The point was people were ganging up on her. And then in the end, they expect her to be like gracious and apologetic. As if apologies weren't due all the way around.
I agree.
Whew, thank you for listening to this episode of Last to the Party. We'll be back next week with the finale of season 1. And whoo boy, are there some fireworks. If you love this podcast, we would really love a 5-star rating and review from you in the Apple Podcast app. It's the best thing you can do to support little tiny baby podcasts like ours, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.